How many of you eat meat? Well, I bet the majority of us do. But how many of you can tell me exactly where your meat came from? You all may ask, how else would you get your protein if not from the meat? But where do the animals get it from? Have you ever thought that maybe you should cut out the middleman and get the grains and protein straight from the source, which is the plants? I bet that never crossed your mind, did it? For those who do eat meat, or maybe those that don't, the information you're about to hear may change the way you view the meat industry, or even make you question your desire to eat meat at all. As a vegetarian, for the past few years, I have always questioned what those around me really know about their meat intake and how it slowly but silently affects their health. The sales of meat have increased drastically over the past few decades. With that, we still manage to question the rate of obesity and health issues in America. In order to get the predetermined root cause, we must ask, how much has America's meat consumption grown and changed America? What do we really know about meat and how it affects our health? And how is vegetarianism a healthy alternative? Meat consumption, according to the USDA.gov, is at a record high and still rising due to the rising of consumer incomes. According to the USDA, American meat consumption has increased since the 1950s by 57%. Since the consumption of meat has risen, so has the rate of obesity in America. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, the obesity rate in America has doubled since the 1960s. The meat industry has flourished since it has given blind encouragement for high amounts of consumption due to their production of leaner meat to give the consumer peace of mind. Although meat may not be the only cause for obesity or health issues in America, it is a hidden root cause for a lot of them. The meat industry may promote their meat and how much their industry has grown, but they don't promote the negative effects it has on the consumer. What many people don't know about meat is that our bodies are not meant to intake or break down meat. From the way our bodies are made to the way our intestines process meat, it is obvious that we are not natural carnivores. According to Michael Bluejay, contrary to prior popular belief that we are carnivores due to our canine teeth, our dentition cannot be compared to those of a true carnivore, due to our need to process natural food as opposed to masticating flesh. In comparison to all other species, there are vegetarian and vegan animals that share physical and digestive traits much like our own. Mr. Bluejay states that many animals, like humans, have canine teeth, but slowly live on a vegetarian diet, such as chimpanzees and gorillas, our closest relatives in species. Another piece of evidence that proves this theory is our digestive system and its carbohydrate digestive enzymes, as opposed to true carnivores that have none, mainly because they don't need to. Lack of knowledge can lead to a long-term decline in health. According to the National Institute of Health, the long-term consumption of meat can lead to osteoporosis due to the acidity of animal protein draining calcium from the human bones and being excreted out of the body. Studies conducted by the Journal of Nutrition have shown that animal protein may lack vital nutrients, while plant proteins prevent the excretion of urinary calcium in the body. The negative effects of meat consumption pose a much greater threat to the body than natural resources, like vegetables do. This is why there's an alternative way to live life without harming animals or yourself, called vegetarianism. There are many reasons why vegetarianism is a healthier lifestyle. According to the Vegetarian Times, the growing number of vegetarians in America has made the lifestyle much easier to pursue. As much as 7.3 million of Americans are vegetarian, and 22.8 million Americans follow a vegetarian-inclined diet. More than half of the vegetarians surveyed by the Vegetarian Times say they follow this diet to improve their overall health. Vegetarianism isn't only about living a healthy lifestyle, although it plays a major factor in why most do it. I personally do it for the personal belief and well-being of the animals that are tortured every day so humans can profit from them. There are many ways to becoming a vegetarian or limiting meat in your diet. Finding meat alternatives from the brands such as Morningstar and Amy's can help you slowly wean meat out of your diet. Deciding to become a vegetarian comes with a lot of discipline and willpower. Limiting the meat you eat is a good start. Vegetarianism has been an up-and-coming lifestyle with the current health kick that America has suddenly stumbled upon. Now all of you know the truth behind the meat in America and the effects that consuming it has on the body, and how vegetarianism is one of the healthiest lifestyle alternatives. Whether it is your own health or the welfare of the animals, maybe this information will help you make healthier life choices to better yourself or our fellow animals. Hopefully, after much time and thought, some of you will consider the healthier and, without saying, the smarter alternative, vegetarianism. If the truth about today's meat industry doesn't help you make better life choices, then maybe a sympathetic appeal will persuade you to make changes. The abuse that the animals endure just to mass-produce meat and feed those that buy it only to reap the negative benefits of it. So we should really ask, who wins? With that, I will leave you with footage of a slaughterhouse depicting the malnutrition and abuse that animals go through before their predetermined death.
An investigation by the Humane Society of the United States uncovers abuse of down dairy cows, cows too sick or too injured to stand, at a California slaughterhouse. What's more, the meat is being served to children through the National School Lunch Program.
These animals are so terribly abused. You know, when they're dragged or pushed with a bulldozer or forklift, that's just inhumane handling. It's gross mistreatment. It violates the law. And these animals are going into the school lunch program. They're going onto the plates of children.
The Hallmark Slaughterhouse supplies the Westland Meat Company, which processes the meat from the cows. Westland is a top supplier of ground beef to the school lunch program, and it proudly displays its award as the Supplier of the Year during 2004 and 5. 27 million pounds of meat from Westland were shipped to California, Texas, and 34 other states last year. Taxpayers put in nearly $40 million in contracts for Westland to provide meat to needy families and the elderly, as well as to school children.